Yo, 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 what up, what up, what up? Gonna talk a little bit about the Champions League since the Champions League day is over. Very interesting, I want to say. Inter Napoli have gone through, and that's really good for them. So I want to say congratulations to both of those teams for going through. Congratulations to Napoli for going through in such a decisive way and playing exceptional football, and congratulations to Inter for for going through a group where they were definitely not the favorites to go through. So good for them. Well done. What is left? Juventus, most likely, if you really look at it, Europa League, because PSG needs to win the game in order to secure the first spot. So PSG is going to play to win against Juve, but also Benfica wants to fight for the first spot. So Benfica will play to win against Maccabi. That should be an easier game. So most likely they are going to win. Maccabi is going to win, which means that there are very few results that could lead Juventus completely out. So they will probably be going to the Europa League. And then finally, AC Milan. We have a great opportunity to go through. The next game is pretty much a final. It feels like we are in the other stage already. Essentially, this game that we played against Dinamo Zagreb was a semifinal, and then the next one is a final, which is all great experience. It's all good stuff. It's all good for the players. The players need to do this. The fact that we are on 4-0 in Europe really is a great sign for because we did it in a kind of a nonchalant way too against a team that is tough to beat. This team has not lost in that stadium for months. We're talking about Dinamo Zagreb. They have not lost a game in that stadium for months. So, of course, it's a tough team to beat. The fact that we could have actually ended that game 7-0, like Giroud could have had a hat trick. We had so many opportunities to score more goals. So that says a lot about is this the growth that we've been looking for? We've been looking for this step for such a long time. We've been waiting for it. Like we knew it wasn't going to come. At least I knew it wasn't going to come right away. But is this that mental step now? Is this that result that will give Milan that confidence at the San Siro against Salzburg, which is next week? So it's not like this is a game that isn't a month or 2 weeks or whatever. No, this game is next week. Um, we need the San Siro to go crazy. And then, as far as the players we have, the team that we have, knock on wood, everybody is healthy. We need to play this as a final, and we got to win this game. We got to play to win this game. Um, I gotta say, like, it's not like that. It's not that in this moment we are playing with a tons of quality because we're not. We're really not playing with tons of quality, but we are playing a winning brand of football, a brand of football that wins you games, and it is because of not necessarily technical qualities, but more so tactical qualities, physical qualities, mental qualities, etc., etc. So these are all very important qualities that can. I mean, essentially, that's how Real Madrid won the Champions League with those qualities, not necessarily with the technical qualities. Uh, Man City is a team with technical qualities. PSG is a team with technical qualities. So, you know, different kind of qualities can win you trophies. So Milan right now is stacked more with those other kind of qualities, but we still play an offensive brand of football. We still play an offensive brand of football. Anyway, let me get to the point. Milan has the team to beat Salzburg. I saw Salzburg play against Chelsea. Um, Salzburg struggled a lot, but Salzburg runs a lot. They run a lot. They're young. There's that exuberance, and they play with high intensity. Well, okay, Milan needs to do the same thing because we are young. We are have exuberance. We want to do well, and it is a big objective for the club this season. It is a big objective to just go through that group stages. Then whatever happens after that, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Of course, if you're going against Club Bruges, then you can tell yourself, well, I think we have an obligation to go then to go through. If let's say you face, I would say even a Sporting Lisbon or a Tottenham, I would say, okay, we have the obligation to actually try, right? I mean, you have to feel that way. Then okay, if you on the other hand face, a team that today is just at that level there of competitiveness, from the bench, second lines, third lines, etc., etc. You want it's a good experience for the players to play against a team like that in these kind of games. And if we win, forget about it. That is a huge step. And it's not like these teams are unbeatable, guys. Like, something that I see a lot of people in football they do, especially people that don't play much and don't have much experience in football. They have this idea. Oh my God, if we play PSG, it's done. Oh my God, we're gonna get destroyed. We're gonna get killed. We're gonna embarrass us, guys. We're gonna get embarrassed. It's not really like that. Football games are actually very tight, and they're very, it's this details that can change the game. Okay. Um, and just because you have Neymar, Messi, and Mbappe doesn't mean that all of a sudden Milan is going to be like, oh no, I don't know what to do. Yeah, it's going to be difficult, but games can be won. Remember, games can be won. This is how Italy has. This is basically the way Italy has done it for the national team has done it for its whole history. The ability to win against technically stronger opponents. It's not necessarily defend and defend and defend and hit on the counterattack. It's a mental aspect. It is group sacrifice. That's what it is. When you sacrifice yourself for the group, when you give yourself to the group, when you give yourself to the idea, to the purpose, to the objective, then magical things can happen. So yeah, so if we face a team like Man City or if we face a team like PSG, I'm not counting Milan out. Are you crazy? Not Milan. Maybe okay if it's pleasant, sure, I'll count them out. But I'm not going to count Milan out. So, but I said all of this, but the truth, reality is that all we need to do is go through the group stages. Whatever happens after that, it doesn't really matter because we're not at that level to start the season with that assurance. Yeah, guys, it's going to be a breeze in the park. We're going to get to the finals and we're going to win the Champions League. We need to get there. We need to get there, and we will get there. We will get there. It looks like we are going to get there. So it is what it is. It is what it is. I think against. Let's look at our stats for a second. Where are we? Where are we? Okay, so here's our group. So Chelsea has gone through. Do they deserve it? I think Chelsea got lucky against us. They got really lucky against us, but they caught us in this, just like this slump, this weird period where we lose all our players, and then we get this crazy red card from Tomori. Like Chelsea just got lucky. They just got lucky against us. Am I going to give them the respect? People say, why don't you respect Chelsea? We played them. They beat us this and that. Honestly, I did not see a spectacular football from Chelsea. What I saw from Chelsea is a team with a lot of experienced players, national team players, Thiago Silva, Koulibaly, Jorginho, etc., etc., Havertz, and blah blah blah. All these players that play in their respective national teams and they have big responsibilities. So it's a very solid team. It's a team that is difficult to go through. Defensively, it is solid, and the press is good. But as far as their creativity on the ball, as far as that aspect of the game, you definitely can see that there are elements that are missing there. It's very square. If you give them the space, they look pretty. But if you don't, they kind of look like a team that plays for the fifth spot in Italy. Honestly, on the ball. So whatever. If they in January they do something with the roster and then they add more creativity, more flair, and more unpredictability, then that combined with their solid defensive posture, then you can say Chelsea is a team that is playing that has can win the Champions League or whatever. But right now, no, no. Let's just be serious. Let's be honest. As far as Milan goes, Milan, when it comes to our first 11, when we have our squad healthy, we are a juggernaut. We play beautiful football. We're super solid, and we have an incredible mentality, just outstanding mentality. Well, as soon as we start to lose a few players, especially like the goalkeeper, which happened exactly the same time last year, you can see there's a dip in quality. And right now, Monza. I mean, come on, like Monza. Let's not count Monza. Monza is a team that has all those kids that play Monza. A lot of them never even played at the San Siro. Like they just Monza got paralyzed. There was a deer in headlights. But Milan right now, yeah, you see the dip in quality. We saw the dip in technical quality. It is what it is, but we still have everything else. Salisbury, from what I saw, from what I'm seeing, Salisbury is a team that has talent, has qualities. It is a team that is very young. Tactically, it looks like it's a well prepared team, but you kind of saw against Chelsea that there was some tactical immaturity there. Against us, they gave us a good fight, but we did well in their stadium. We did well in their stadium, and I think they did well against Chelsea in their stadium too. So, which team is stronger, Milan or Salzburg? I'm going to say Milan is a stronger team. Um, and I think Salisbury. But if Salisbury is not a team that is going to close it, so it is a team that has offensive qualities, and they will hurt you. They will hurt you if they have to. So it is a team that you definitely need to, you know, not underestimate. First of all, we can't go in this game underestimating Salisbury. That'd be stupid. It's a team that you have to cover well defensively. You have to make sure that their biggest weapons, more so that counterattack. We saw them against Chelsea when their strength was that those fast, direct counterattacks, right? Not like how we play. But if you minimize those and you just squash them with basically, the way we play, we just squash teams, and like the way we're playing right now is like we throw a lot of arrows and a lot of bullets, and sooner or later it's going to hit the net. So as long as we play that style, we can sneak in a few goals, and then with the help of the crowd, the energy of the San Siro, we can win this final and then close it. And then that's it. Objective achieved. Now let's focus on the Serie A. Now let's go get the Serie A. Dinamo Zagreb is wow. This is quite interesting. If Chelsea lose to Dinamo Zagreb and Salzburg loses to Milan, Salzburg goes out of all competitions, and Dinamo Zagreb goes third. Milan would finish same points with Chelsea, but it's the goal difference that would hurt us. They conceded 3 goals. They conceded 3 goals. Yeah, so a final, guys. It is a final. Call it what you want. It's not a. This last game against Salzburg is not a qualification. It's a final. It's a final. All right, Group D: Tottenham Sporting Frankfurt. Tottenham. It's going to be either Tottenham Sporting or Frankfurt here. Um, Goes to the last game, guys. Any three of these teams, we should beat any three of these teams. Bayern. If we play against Bayern, I think we can do it. I think we do it. Very difficult, but we can do it. Bruges or Porto, no doubt we can beat any of these two teams. Any of these two teams we can beat. Real Madrid, Leipzig. Real Madrid, very difficult to beat. They are, once they get into the qualifiers, they're difficult to beat. Leipzig has qualities. Two teams that are difficult to beat, but it can be done. Man City, Dortmund. Dortmund, yes, you should beat Dortmund. You can beat Dortmund. Man City, why not? Sure, why not? Paris Benfica. Paris Saint Germain has a lot of quality. I was watching the highlights with Benfica, the extended highlights, and I was looking at their players. I mean, their offensive trio is just freaking out of this world. Okay, so Mbappe, Neymar, Messi, that is a level of crazy, crazy football. Midfield, they have a lot of quality in the midfield too. They have Verratti, Sanchez, Fabio Ruiz, Vitinha. That's a lot of fucking quality. Defense, they're solid. They're very solid. Goalkeeper, they have I think his brother was a really good goalkeeper. And they have Hakimi. Maybe the fullbacks, there's something missing there. But PSG is a very, 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 very solid team with a lot of quality. Are they going to fight for each other? That is the question. That is the question when it comes to these kind of players. Are they going to fight for each other? Because quality is not going to be enough. You have to fight for each other. You have to. Every detail counts in every game. So once you go through and you have to play against teams that know how to win games, it doesn't matter if you have Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar. It really doesn't matter. What matters is the sacrifice and making sure that every detail is perfect. But watch out for Paris Saint Germain. From what I saw against Maccabi Haifa, they have a lot of quality. I'm noticing that this team is stacked with quality. As far as their second lines, though, in offense, they don't have quality. Napoli has more quality than PSG in total, as far as offensive line, than PSG. But PSG has those three players there, the first three that, if those guys play together and they actually play like they if these three guys want to play football together and they really gang up and go at it and play for each other, then these guys are going to play some incredible football. But the question is, will they? Will they? I don't know if it's even possible, to be honest with you. I think there's too many interests. There's too much ego. There's too much of that BS going on in a club like that. So yeah. Okay, okay. Let's keep on going here. Pa, 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 pa. So all of these. Okay, Benfica, really difficult team to beat. Benfica is one of these teams that is super, super um, in great form. Like they have not lost the game in forever. They're kicking ass. So Rui Costa, we know Rui Costa is a smart man. Maybe more than smart, right? I mean, he played like a genius. So we know Rui Costa is a smart man. So he's doing really well there. He's doing really well. Liverpool. Liverpool is in Champions League is looking strong. In Premier League, not so much. They beat Ajax 3-0 today. Man, look at Ajax goals against 15. Rangers 19 goals against. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Napoli, obviously, I think Napoli has the best offense. Napoli has the best offense. Like, it's just a fact. PSG has the best starting lineup as far as offense because you have Neymar, Messi, and Mbappe. But when you look at the whole department, there's a reason why Napoli is leading this stat. There and look against which teams: Liverpool, Ajax, and Rangers. You know, so yeah, man, Napoli. The way they set themselves up, especially offensively, is one of the most craziest things I've seen in the past 20 years. It's been something like that. 20 years since I've seen such a stacked quality offensive team. It has to be since Guardiola, since Ancelotti. It has to be since now. I've never seen so much quality in an offensive department the way they have. They're missing elements though in defense. Um, you know, They need replacements in defense. They need a few, maybe the fullback on Di Lorenzo's side. On the other side, they're pretty well covered. But I think even in both sides, they're pretty well covered, but they need a little bit more. Midfield, maybe you can argue they need one more, a little bit more physical player there because they have only Anguissa who is very physical, but everybody else is more on the quality side rather than the quantity side. Anguissa is a perfect mix of both. Um, but offensively, like no team in Europe has anything. We haven't seen anything like this in 20 years. So some crazy shit like that. So Napoli, yeah, they have a good chance to go far. Club Bruges, Porto. I mean, Bruges plays well. So one thing here that is very interesting, and and I don't want to be here like I had a crystal ball, but like I'm saying, and I said, watch out, because this is the beginning. This here is the beginning of Italian teams starting to go far again in the Champions League. It starts from this year onwards, and this is one thing to look at is look at the teams that are going out. Atletico, Leverkusen, right? Ajax, Barcelona, right? Look at that. Look at the teams that are going out. A lot of teams that Marseille, right? Well, here Salzburg there is probably correct. Here it's you really have only Real Madrid, but Sevilla going out. Guys, are you seeing a theme here? Are you seeing a theme that only I'm seeing? I think I'm the only one seeing this theme. What is it? The Spanish clubs are getting all kicked out of the Champions League. Atletico is out for sure. Barcelona is out for sure. Is Sevilla? Maybe Sevilla has a chance. Let me see. Check. Sevilla. Maybe they might have a chance. Maybe. Hold on. It looks like they might have a chance here. Sevilla, Dortmund, Sevilla plays against Man City. Okay, all right. But anyway, so there's a big absence of the Spanish clubs. That void has to be taken by someone. And who is it? Who is it? Who is that void being taken to? Well, it we saw what happened in this group right here, right? The group that Inter was never supposed to go through. You know, Inter took that from Barcelona. A little bit of luck, sure, but they took that from Barcelona. So the void. Hello. The void that these Spanish clubs are leaving is going to be taken over by other teams and most likely Italian teams. So this can become the beginning of the next cycle of Italian football coming back up. Obviously not economically. And the economics has been won by the English, and that'll be like that forever. But technically, tactically, that's different. That's different. That's completely different. Okay, so that is it, guys. That is the story of the Champions League right now. We have one more game to determine who's going to go through. Before that, we're playing against Torino. Let me go to chat. What's up, chat? Haven't kind of didn't see you guys. What's up, Roy? Thoughts on 3 out of 4 Italian teams advancing? Mm, good. Yeah, good, good. And I think all three of these teams, if knock on wood, Milan advances, are good contenders to keep on going. Will there be drawing for which team we're playing against at top 16? I believe so, yeah. I believe it is a draw, yeah. UEFA Lona in the mud. Oh man, they messed up. Bro, there was no way that club is going to work like that. You cannot build a team like that. You cannot build a team like that. Football is the human aspect in football is too important. The locker room aspect in football is too important. The locker room aspect of football is 90% of the success of your team. Like that's what I'm talking about. That feeling that the players have with each other, with the club, and with the colors and what they're playing for. That's the locker room. That is the most. That is 90% of why your team will win. When you're built like Barcelona, there is no locker room. It's just a mess. 4 level 7 minutes for Europe be great with Barca. Right. I think it will be Real Madrid guys. Sure. Bring him on. Let's get him. Paul KB, Origi 30. I say 30. I say 30. Origi 30. I say 30. You know what? I'm gonna bring it up one. I say 30. Hashtag Origi 30. I think Chelsea go luck as well first because oh man, wow, these comments were from a while ago. Guys, check out Atletico Madrid game. They missed a penalty at the last minute. It was crazy. Yeah, I saw that. It was pretty insane. 5 La Liga teams in Europe. I don't think I've seen a league fall off this quick. And we did say this, right? Lyart and I did. Lyart, Lyart and I did mention this that that this year you can see there's a dip in La Liga in Spanish football. You can see the dip is there. You can see the dip is there, and we're witnessing it. Yeah, guys, check out. Oh yeah, okay. If Big Daddy Jerry is serious, he will get us João Felix and Jerry if we go through to the round of 16. João Felix, mm, really interesting shout out. I don't know what to say about João Felix. How would he fit in our system? Is he going to play the cam? I mean, that's what he is. He's a cam. He definitely has a lot of big level football experience. It's an interesting shout out actually because Ja Felix is potentially available. He potentially does want a move. I think there's been talks about it. Right, there was talks of him being unhappy there and unhappy at playing for Simeone, etc. But I guess it would depend on if Atletico Madrid gets a new coach, and I guess it would depend on that. But John Felix is an interesting shout out because maybe for a number 10, he could be a very interesting candidate for that number 10. John Felix wants out of Atletico. There is a reason Agnelli and Laporta won the Super League so bad. Yeah, true. Yeah, they just like to spend money without no sense, without nothing. Felix's beef and Simone in the locker room today got put into the game with like 5 minutes left. Yeah, I think Felix is actually a player that could be on the move. Whether we have the financial resources to land a player like Felix, even though, like, I'll be honest with you guys, I've never seen anything in Felix. Like, every time I've seen him play, I've never seen him do crazy things. I've never seen him be the top player that they say he is. I mean, I've seen Atletico Madrid play a lot of times throughout the years, and I've seen Felix in the Portuguese national team. I've seen him with Atletico. I don't. I've never really thought, wow, this guy is like, dude, 150 million, 120 million. Like, he looks like a pretty normal camp to me. Like, no, just a normal player. Maybe I'm missing something here, but it is interesting because if he is this player that they say he is, Felix is potentially an interesting pick. I kind of got that vibe from him too, to be honest with you. Simone is the highest paid coach in Europe. They won't sack him. Okay. I really like Felix, but he's not what Pioli wants in the camp. Yeah, Pioli wants cams that run a lot and cover the field. He's quite on the pitch if it's Simone's style. He's good, but he's not for the Italian league. Yeah, honestly, like it's hard to say. I would have to kind of do a little bit of a deep dive into Joao Felix and see how he plays. Let me see if it's. Let's check him out. Let's do some research. How about we do some fucking research? Yeah. Oh. All right, so let's see what this guy's all about. Laws, the 8 factors, some talented players never reach their ceiling. Okay, so let me see how he holds the ball here. Okay. I mean, he's kind of like what I remember him. Guys, honestly, I'll be honest with you. Like right away, he's pretty much the same level as CDK. I think I might be wrong here. Let me check a little bit more. Yeah, he looks really weak to me, guys. I mean, he looks really weak. Yes, I did see. I did watch Napoli, and they played incredible football, like always. Yeah. Um, Man, Raspadori is a fucking beast. I can't believe people were fucking shitting on Raspadori. I can't believe it. Like the things I gotta hear, the things I gotta subjugate myself to. Raspadori is a beast. That guy plays great on the wing, great as an attacker, attacking. He can play all those positions. Guys, I'm sorry, but I mean, do you want me? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not seeing like I think you'd be crazy to spend 120 million for a player like this. Like you'd be absolutely bonkers. I mean, hold on. Let's keep on looking. Let's keep on looking. But I've seen his games and like his technique, his way he carries himself on the field. I mean, it's good. It's good. Like he's playing top level football. But is it that next level? You know, like look at his touches, look at his body movements. They're not like super crisp, right? They're not like super duper crisp. The only issue with Joao Felix was his price tag. That's it. Just don't sell me he's 120 million worth, blah blah blah. Tell me this guy's good. He's a great potential. He's 30 million, 35 million, 40 million, 20, 25 million, and then we can like say, yeah, man, fuck yeah, okay, now we, but man, 120 million, what? Like you're trying to fucking sell me a Fiat, a secondhand Fiat Pinto for $300,000. Like I'm not stupid, you know. That's what I'm saying. I'm not stupid. See, his dribbling is good. His dribbling is okay. It's not great. Nah, I don't know, guys. I'm sorry, but he's perfect for tiki taka. Uh, I mean, maybe, yeah. But is he like? But okay, like Lozano. He looks like. I think Lozano is better than this guy. I think Lozano is better than him. Lozano plays is more precise and more technical and more crisp. Or Raspadori, right? Like Raspadori is a way better player than Joe Felix, but nobody will ever tell you that. Nobody will ever tell you that. Nobody will ever tell you that. He got so it's like delete. It's like Joe Felix was like delete the next Baresi, next Beckenbauer. Okay, 80 million. Bruh, what? It's Maguire. We're talking about the Maguire thing. So Joao Felix is a good player. He has quality, but he got Maguired. He got Maguired. So if he wants to come from to Milan for 25 million, or maybe he doesn't want to sign and he wants to come to Milan and he asks for a normal price tag, sure, sure, guys. I mean, yeah. I'm not saying it's not quality. Obviously, it is quality. But I'm not going to spend. If I were to get this player, I wouldn't spend any more than 30 million, maybe 30 million. Tell me I'm wrong. Like, what the fuck? Tell me I'm wrong. Sometimes players never reach their ceiling potential. We need to learn from CR7. Who is this other guy? Roy, can you also check the striker Ben Brereton Diaz? Ben Brereton Diaz. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm sorry. Like, I don't want. I don't want to go against anybody's ideas, but to me, this guy is like Raspadori, Lozano, Napolitano, are better than him. Leao is better than him. Rebic is better than him. Rebic is better than this guy. Um, Maybe Diaz is even better than him. I mean, these are all players that cost money, yeah. All players that cost 30 million, 35 million, 40 million. But like a mid, like a who's like I mean Nkunku, right? He impressed a lot in this position. Look at Nkunku's numbers and his highlights. Just look at how he plays. Like that's a fucking number 10. You know, that's a high level number 10. That's a really high level number 10. This is actually, I'll tell you right away. I'll tell you right away. This dude over here, Nkunku's what? Fat? Did you say Nkunku's? Oh, fast. He's a good player, but he's super skillful too and super creative. So let's see. In the belt ranking system, Jean Felix to me seems like he's somewhere here, like where green belt. He's like a green belt. So there he's being sold as if he is like a third black belt, but he's not. He's like a green belt. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Jean Felix is a good man. Don't forget he plays under Simone. He will ball in a team that plays football. He definitely passed the eye test. I'm not saying he's not, but I'm not. I'm saying he doesn't. I wouldn't spend 120 million for him. Dude, that'd be crazy. That would be insane. All right, let's check out this striker, guys. We need to find strikers. That's what we need to find. We need to find strikers. We don't have strikers. Gotta get the next big striker. Who's this guy? Yeah, Leao is someone that I think 120 million, 150 million you can do. Ben Brereton Diaz. Oh, I know this guy. Yeah, I mean he's okay. Like he's not. He's not. Let's check him out. He's not the next Van Basten. I want to know who the next Van Basten is. Yeah, that's right. Well said. Yeah, this guy is definitely not the next Van Basten. We'll check him out. I need to know who the next Van Basten is. That's who Milan needs to get. I don't need the next Bacca, Oliveira. I need the next Van Basten. Let me see. What team is he for? Blackburn. Oh my lord. Blackburn. 20 goals. Wow. Good numbers. Lord have mercy. Where do you think he's not the next big striker by any means, but since there's any available on the market right now, it's a good option. Now's replacement. Why are you so sure we're selling now? Abraham. mm, He's got qualities, Abraham, but technically he's not. I don't know. He needs to work on his technique, Abraham. I mean, Osimhen is not super technical either, but he's technical enough. Osimhen is the guy we should have. Bro, like honestly, like man, all the players that I think we should have gotten for is it's all players that Napoli went for. Damn it, Anguissa, Vicha, Osimhen, Raspadori. All these fucking players are players that we should have gotten. So we need to get the next train. The next train. We got to get on the next train. Yeah, I've seen this guy before. I don't know who the options are, but yeah, I mean, He's a normal striker. And he's a good. If he scores 20 goals, he's obviously a good striker. But we need much more. We need Ibra. We need Ibra or Van Basten. We need a sick genius football player. Please, no one from weaker leagues again. When are we going to learn, man? EPL. This guy's from the EPL. Sheik and Kunku Osman will level up, I think, Ben Brereton. Okay, honestly, like, no offense, but this guy is good. We need more, right? We need more. We need more. Sheik, I don't think so either. Kunku Osman, yes. I think those two there are very high quality level players. Um, as far as striker, I don't know. They have to be good to figure out who it is. They have to be good to figure out who it is. Sooner or later, they're going to get it. Because they got the right winger, they got the fullback, they got the defenders, they got the goalkeeper, they got the midfielders. So they think they got the attacking midfielder. Maybe we shall see. Shall be seen. Okay, this is not it, guys. This is not it. Sorry. Sheikh was doing good till he got hurt before the Euros, and he's been quiet. Andre Silva a little up. Skamaka was a great opportunity. Skamaka, yes. Skamaka technically is really good. Really good. And sooner or later, he's going to explode. Sooner or later. He's already doing well. I mean, he did really well in Serie A, but nobody fucking gave him any credit. Technically, Broya is not like Skamaka, guys. Technically, Broya is not like Skamaka. As far as technique and hold up play, Skamaka is the best one I've seen. But not as far as mentality. For some reason, there's something about his mentality that kind of leaves me a little bit of question marks. Something about his mentality. But as far as qualities go, not his goal scoring qualities, but rather his footballing qualities. Out of all the center forwards, he's definitely the more technical one. Who is this guy? Nothing special. 20 minutes. You rate Jonathan? Jonathan David is another very good player. Jonathan David is almost like a mixture between a cam, a second striker, and a striker. He's not really a center forward, Jonathan David. But he's a really good playmaker too, Jonathan David. Jonathan David definitely has the qualities of being an offensive regista. He could be a good. He could be a good player. I think he could be a good player. Skamaka, Jonathan David. Imagine getting both. Wow, that would be nice. Or Lautaro Martinez. Did you guys see Lukaku today? By the way, guys, Inter. I was convinced Inter was not going to win today because I just have no. I don't believe in that team at all. But they actually beat Pleasant really, really decisively, and they played really good football too. And I want to just uh, going back to this Origi 20 thing and the difference between prolific strikers and strikers that are not prolific. They're just their job is slightly different. Look at Lukaku. Lukaku has always been a prolific striker. Some seasons not so much, but he's had some seasons where he was super prolific. He's a prolific striker. He's been the number one from Belgium for ever since he came into the scene. Lukaku doesn't play for I don't know how many months. Comes in, 2 minutes. He He does a 1-2. He does the right movement, and he puts himself in a position to score goals. That is a prolific striker. Origi does not play that game. Like this is what I think a lot of people just don't get. Plays more for the service of his teammates rather for servicing his goals. Let's put it that way. And you can see that. And I'm not saying that, or because is plays more for the service of his teammates, that makes him a better player than Lukaku, or whatever. I'm just talking about: are you a prolific striker or not? Prolific strikers are players that play for the goal. They play for the goal, right? Leao has the possibility of becoming a prolific striker because Leao plays for the goal. Origi plays for the service of his teammates. That is his style of play. So you're not going to get the kind of prolific. You're going to get good numbers if he plays a lot of games. Sure, you're going to get good numbers, but you're not going to get 20, 25 goals, guys. Players that score 20, 25 goals in Serie A, like are top level players, guys. Like, come on. This is why this conversation just drives me crazy. It's a conversation that just absolutely drives me crazy. It's like you're asking Rebic to score 20 goals. It's a conversation that drives me crazy. Okay. Yeah, this guy's obviously good. I think, obviously, this is just my opinion. I would like to see a more technical striker. I want to see Van Basten. Let's get a copyright strike or a copyright whatever. We need more Van Basten. We need more of that genius. We should go for Vlahovic. Juve are a joke. Vlahovic Mo is getting 7.5 million. Um, Roy, here's one for you. Do you think Milan will break their youth recruitment policy or get a striker because young strikers are doing well in Milan? Young strikers, I mean, look at those fucking goals, dude. Look at those angles. Look at those angles. These angles are impossible to, like this. And you're diving towards the ball. You're contorting your. The angle of this header here is impossible. Look, he's coming towards the ball. He's diving towards the ball, and then he contorts his body. And look at he pretty much chips the goalkeeper with a diving header going away from the goal. Like this is fucking this is this is against the laws of physics. What? This is against the laws of physics. Damn. That was against Real Madrid, by the way. Roy, here's one for you. Do you think Milan will break their youth recruitment policy? I don't know. I don't want them to break anything because whatever they're doing with their youth is top notch. Because when was last time we've seen um, Milan go through just dominate the youth? Well, they didn't dominate with play, but they got results, and they just go through the youth system, the youth Champions League like that. I think is this the first time? I think it's the first time. I think it's the first time. So I I Man, Van Basten was a fucking killer, guys. This guy won three Ballon d'Ors. This guy was on his way. This guy was the original Messi, the original Ronaldo. Like if his career didn't stop because of his ankle injury, he would have continued winning more Ballon d'Ors and just keep on kicking ass. He was getting better and better. Every year he was getting better and better up until the injury started to hurt him. And and he stopped at 28, 27, 28. Yeah, this guy was yeah, this is what we need, like genius. Genius. Genio. No, look, listen, I want Milan to keep on doing whatever we're doing with the youth program is working, and it's actually very good because that's the future. That's the future of Milan. And we saw that this team does value that aspect of the game. Also because it is a requirement in the rules. Thank God, it is actually it is a requirement, and and Milan is doing a great job. Like Pobega is exceptional, right? I'm really happy with Pobega. Really happy with Calabria. Gabbia, look at Gabbia, just scored in the Champions League, a huge, huge win, and we're going to start to see the fruits of that. Colombo showing some good stuff, in Serie A. So hopefully mamma mia, ragazzi, mamma mia, mamma mia, ragazzi, mamma mia. Oh, Pellegrini non si piace to name a few. Chelsea is the only young striker our recruitment got. Piontek, Silva, and Pellegrini were brought without data analytics. Pellegrini, I'm very interested if Pellegrini actually develops as a footballer. But very interested to see what happens with him. Piontek now has, you know, unfortunately, Piontek just, mamma mia, ragazzi, oh, mamma mia. So we gotta find the next guy whose highlights kind of look like him, right? Like do these kind of things with the ball, and as a center forward, as a striker, center forward, not as a winger, not as a cam. So we got to find the next guy that whose highlights kind of look like this. Retired at 28, but just lost. Yeah, right. Kobe and Henry looked up to this man. Oh yeah, of course. He's a little bit of an asshole. He has some asshole takes, but whatever, whatever. I was watching a video on if Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi never existed, who won the Ballon d'Or, and a lot of most of them had to pick years in their whole career and could have won two each. 15 years in the prime. Messi and CR7 were aliens. Messi and CR7, the thing about them is that they played in a period where there's like no defenders. Like there's no defenders. Roy, can you give an update on Milan players on loan? How they're performing? Honestly, the only players that I'm aware of is Daniel Maldini, and Daniel Maldini actually had a decent game. I think it was the last one or the previous one, and even the newspapers were saying he had a good game. That's how I know. So that is good. Colombo is in and out of that team. I mean, he had that great goal against Napoli. Then other players that are out on loan that are significant. I think it's a Roback. I'm really not sure how he is doing. I don't know. I would have to check. And I think there are others, but I don't think there's any. Oh, there's the Nasty. Nasty is at Cosenza. I don't know how he's doing. I haven't heard anything. Um, I can check, but so far, just nothing crazy. Nothing crazy is going on. The only crazy thing that is happening is that the youth team in the Champions League is doing really well. Shaka Toure looks like a champion. This Polish kid looks interesting. Kubis looks like a really really top defender coming in. That guy is built like a freaking skyscraper. Then there are other players that seem to be doing well. Even Gazeta dello Sport was talking about it. And then of course, guys, we got Holland coming up. Maybe we have to wait 5 years for the next ambassador, and his name is Kamada. Maybe. Boom! Look at that goal. Look at that fucking goal, man. That's crazy. Like, his coordination on the volley was just outstanding. This goal here. What? Oh, that goal there in the Euros, 1992 Euros. Or no, 88 Euros. 88 Euros, I think. I think this is when. Did they win this one? Was that the final? Or was that the 92 Euros? I don't remember. Where do you. Sesko's volleys go for his national team. Super American running the most iconic goal by Van Basten. Sesko. But even Sesko, like, it's not like I. Let's see Sesko. I remember seeing him in. Like, this is the guy. This guy, he's 18. I guess now he's probably 19. Wow, that's crazy. Holy shit. 12 goals at 18. Damn. 7 assists and 12 goals at 18. That is pretty crazy, actually. That is pretty crazy. Fucking German bullshit always blocks some videos. Wait, who is it? This guy here? This guy. He's 18. That motherfucker's not 18, guys. This guy's passport is sus. And this guy's 25, 26. This guy's 18. Wow, that's crazy that he's already that big and like his muscles already like developed at 18. Usually 18 players are skinny, 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 no muscles, all bones. This guy's all fucking muscle at 18. Nice. Good football. Wow, I'm blown away that he does this at 18 years old. Did he play against us? I think he did play against us, but he didn't look like anything special against us. He's Osimhen's white twin. They're both 35 in reality. He's just 18. I can't believe he's 18. I mean, in these highlights, he was 18. In these highlights, he was 18. For an 18-year-old, that's very impressive. I mean, you can't say anything other than that. Obviously, uh, he's physically gifted, or he's just lying, or it's just could be a lie. It could be like fake passport or whatever, fake birth certificate or whatever. But obviously, I don't think so. But at 18, this is like anomalous. Like 18, even that uh, Danish kid from Atalanta, Hoyland, he's 19 and he looks like he's 28, 29. You know, I mean, Daniel Maldini is 21, or CDK is 21, and CDK still looks like a kid physically, and you can tell. Nice, good play. So, what's the story with this guy? Who got him? Who got did Bayern get him? Who got this guy in the end? Is he still at Salzburg? Didn't Maldini? Didn't his agent? I think his agent was at Casamina. No, are you sure he's 18? Bro, this can't be. I don't believe it's fucking. Let me just make sure he's 18. I bet he's not. I bet. I mean, maybe he's 19 now. Yeah, he's 19 now. So he was 18. So 6.5, like a basketball player. So far, he has played five, no goals. I mean, honestly, like when he played against us, he didn't look great. He's not having a great season. Oh wait, that's Champions League. Let me see his Bundesliga. 4 goals in 13 games. He's not having a great season. 1 assist. According to SofaScore, he's 6.59. So he's not having a great season, but he's so young. He's so young. So that's time is on his side. Shit, that is absolutely nuts. Yeah, I saw Rafa Silva. I saw Leipzig got him. Oh, Leipzig got him. Oh, okay, okay, okay. So after Leipzig, he's going to probably cost a lot of money, whatever. He's going by next season, but there's even the silent chance of getting him by after 40, 50, 40, 50 million for an 18-year-old, for a 19-year-old. Some players develop late. Chelsea got rid of Salah and De Bruyne. No, most players develop. Most players get into their full development around 28 to 29. Between 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Those are your best years, usually. Not always, but usually. It really depends on if you take your athleticism seriously and you stay healthy. But it is essentially that moment when your body becomes the strongest, right? Your muscle fibers become the strongest, and your experience is there to help you in your decision making, right? So that when you started playing professionally from the age of 19 up to 28, that's almost 10 years, right? Now your muscles have developed, your fibers are strong, you have the experience, you're mature. Usually those are the best years. very curious to see what Lao is going to look like at 28, 27. Lao needs to get his football game going on, because one thing that little youngsters have is the agility, the lightness. Oh, but after that, your power gets stronger, sure, but you do lose a little bit in agility. I mean, it depends. Not at 28. Imagine Vicharaski at 28, at 30. Wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Young would be cautious after the CDK deal, offering chunk of money on a young player, to be honest. The thing about young players is like, why spend all this money on them when you can get young players that don't cost much and you're going to get pretty much maybe the same results? That's the thing that I don't understand about spending money for young players. Okay, so if you ask me, would I spend 50 million for this guy today? No, I would say no. No, no. 50 million? I guess if your budget is 300 million, I guess 50 million for him wouldn't matter. Maybe 50 million for a 19-year-old. He's definitely talented though. He definitely, his feet are good. His coordination is good. He looks very energetic for a tall guy. He looks like he has a lot of energy. He's got good spatial vision and technique to exploit that space. So he definitely has the qualities to potentially become a very, very, very good striker. A very good striker. I wonder. Well, the thing is 19, so like at 19, I don't expect him to be the starter of any team. Let's see. Let's see how much he does play. All right. So in this game, he did it. Did he play? Who saw this game? Well, if these guys are in front of him, yeah, I mean he's 19. Just he's too young. Maybe he's injured here. Let me see. I need to justify why someone would spend 50 million on him right now. Okay, so here he played at the 65th minute and he came in for Oka 4. When Oka 4 is 21, 22. But it looks like, if you're 19, 18, and you're already playing like that, looks like by the time you're going to be 22, you're probably most likely the starter. Probably most likely. Here they had a big game. He was a starter here. Over Oka 4, I guess. Oh shit, that's him. Yeah, it looks like, is that? Yeah, you can see it in the face. He's a forward. This is Dario Simic's son. That's crazy. Hmm. He was a starter last year, but they're preserving him for Leipzig now. Interesting. Some people are blessed, like Leo. Look at his brothers, but nothing close to being a good soccer player. Yeah, and that was same as his previous year from French league, but CDK got worse, and that's what concerns me. CDK got worse. Yeah, I mean, in Club Brugge, he was like one of the leaders of the team. Like he was one of the technical leaders of the team, right? Yeah. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's finish on this. Let's go to Torino. Torino. So next game is going to be against AC Milan in 4 days. Torino Milan is going to be the last game on Sunday. Their form has been okay for the past two games, so they beat Udinese 2-1. Let's see how they played. So we play with a 3-4-2-1. Well, that's a really nice formation when used offensively. Pietro Pellegrini scored, and Aina, yeah. So one of each is all right. It's a team that I think, man, we have no excuses. To be honest with you, like we should play this game and we should win it. No qualms. Like yeah, suffer when you have to suffer, but you don't even need to suffer that much. And I don't want to sound arrogant. Like it's not that I want to sound arrogant, but I mean compare this team to compare that team to Milan. Just the quality is just so different. From Kalulu, Chiara, Gabbia, have now even Gabbia now we consider even Gabbia like a quality player, guys. Gabbia is a at this point I mean he's been covering for Chiara, for Kalulu, for Tomori, right? And so far he's been doing a great job. He had that one game against Chelsea where the referee totally fucked us, but aside from that, Rebic, Leao, Giroud, Diaz is going to be there, Origi, Benacer, Tonali, Pubega, Theo Hernandez. Man, come on, like what the fuck? What is our excuse? We have no excuses. We have zero excuses. At a certain point, you have to come to the point where you say there are no excuses. Because a few years ago, you could have said, well, they're young. They don't have the pressure. No, but at this point, okay, you're good. You proved it to yourself that you're good. We saw this level up in the Serie A. We saw it. So what is the excuse? There is no excuse at this point. At this point, you prepare the games with seriousness. You train properly. You don't underestimate the task. You go in there with the mentality to get the job done. You do it professionally. You put in all your heart into it with sacrifice, with humility, but at the same time with confidence and with the awareness of knowing that you have the qualities to beat any team in Italy all the time. So no excuses. I'm sorry, but there are no excuses. No excuses to lose this game unless the referee fucks with us. Knock on wood. Unless the goalkeeper has a game of his life, the Torino goalkeeper has a game of his life, and Pellegrini has one shot on goal and he scores. That's it. So there's absolutely no excuses not to win this game. Let's see if what we know about. So Zlatan, okay, these are the players that are going to be out. Serginho Dest, Brahim Diaz, by then should be good. By then, I think Brahim Diaz is going to be good. Obviously, Tomori is not injured, so Tomori's going to be back in the starting lineup. Most likely, we will see Simon Kjaer, Tomori, Fernandes, Kalulu in the defense. That's what I'm expecting. Most likely. In the midfield, ooh, but we have this huge final that we're playing on the weekend. Wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Now we have like a final coming up in the Champions League. We don't want to fuck that up by. Should we play Tonali and Benacer against Torino? Wow. Well, one thing I would do for sure against Torino is play Origi up top from the beginning, and have Oliver Giroud take a rest. That is easy, right? That is the easiest one. Obviously, Tomori against Torino because he won't be playing. He will not be playing against Salzburg, as far as I know. Um, hmm, we, the question is, should we play? Should Rafa Leao start? Should it be Origi, Origi and CDK? Origi, CDK, Messias, Redditch. I think that's pretty balanced because Origi does a lot of pressing work, so he can help CDK. Or should let Leao play? Wow, tough questions. Tough question to ask. I mean, we do have a final coming up. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Let's go to the tactical board. So, Origi up top. Here, either CDK or Krunic. Here, either Rebic or Leao. What the fuck? Okay, Rebic, Leao. And you have Diaz also here that can play over here or on the right. And you have Messias. Okay, so those are your offensive options. And let's just say Giroud is going to. Just, I think Giroud is just rest. In the midfield, you could either put Pobega. Hmm. And we really need another Benacer. 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 It's a little bit unless, and I think that could have should have been Handley, but I guess Pioli doesn't agree. And the defense is most likely going to be Kalulu, Kjaer, or maybe Kalulu and Gabbia. Maybe Kalulu, Gabbia, Tomori, and Theo Hernandez. I'm pretty sure Theo Hernandez is going to play. Pretty sure Theo's going to play. Midfield. Hmm. Yeah, the only turnover I'm sure of is this one here. Then here, so the way I would, okay, if I want to be Torino, what I would do is probably better say Bentonali. Yeah, defense is. Okay, so if I want to beat, if I want to win against Torino, this is what I would do. Right, like this kind of assures me I'm going to win this game in a very balanced team, offensively and defensively. But I have this final coming up, right? They have the final coming up. Roy, for 50 million for seconds is a great deal, but today's 70 million for us and our new budget. If the other options is Roy, the most sense. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I look 18 playing like that is not normal, so maybe, yeah, sure. I would make a little extra for playing so I was trying to position a great time. But is it between the years for some players? Oh, yeah, of course it is. The final is a game against Salzburg. It's like a final. Uh, you know, we have to. I mean, okay, we have to tie, but we can't lose. It's a final. So, I mean, that's what I would do, according to the team that we have right now. This is the team that guarantees me the most balance defensively and the most balance offensively. And, you know, Diaz, Origi, Leao, and Hernandez offensively is more than enough. More than enough. Like, that's almost a luxury. And then Tonali, Kronic covering, Benacer balling, Kalulu covering here for Diaz, Kjaer, Regista in the middle, and Tomori essentially helping out and playing filter. That's a super balanced team. But do I want to risk all these players? What do I risk any of these players? That's the question. So let's see what the second option can be here. The second option would be so maybe turnover for one of these two. Let's get Diaz in for now. Turnover for one of these two. My turnover would be for this game. I would say Benacer, bring in Krunic, so you do lose a little bit of quality. Kjaer can be your helping you out with that. Bring in CDK there. In theory, you should bring in a little bit of quality. Diaz and Rebic. I think like this. We definitely need another tail. Like we need another tail numbers. We need another tail numbers. So a team like this is going to suffer a little bit more than the other squad, unless CDK decides that he's ready to play football. But obviously, with Krunic and Tonali, you're not going to get the same quality that you'd be getting with Benacer there. So you're going to lose a little bit in prettiness of the game. You're going to have a little bit more sloppy passes and less ideas, essentially. But you're going to get a lot of fight, and you're going to get a lot of square football, like Chelsea, very square football. CDK is the question mark. Or go Diaz like this, but Krunic and Tonali can Krunic, Tonali, Kanulu can guarantee you a lot of defensive work rate, and Origi likes to come down and help a lot. So this formation here is a little bit unbalanced, but maybe you want to start. I don't know if you want to save Leao. If you want to save Leao for the final, essentially. Uh, Roy, check out who the teams play after the last. Check out who the teams play after the last CL match. We play Fiorentina after the last CL match, right? Oh, Cremonese and Fiorentina. Cremonese then no Spezia, Cremonese then Fiorentina, or something like that. Transfer for this is agree information about distribution became assistant committee in the later stages. Adaptation, he has to go through and yeah, that's the has to adapt. I think we should rest Diaz. I don't want to see him injured. Yeah, probably. We do. I go for Parisi. He even said that he thinks he would do well in Pirlo's system. Boy, Cuibiano would be perfect as Teo's second choice. Now Leo has to start from the other contenders. Oh, I think Napoli has a tough schedule. Napoli has a tough schedule. I know all the other teams now. They have tough schedules now. Our period of tough schedules is over. As I start Lao, CDK, and Pobega, the other three teams in the CL check who they play after the last year. The others, just tell me whatever. The other three teams in the CL check who they play after the last CL match. Yeah, let me know. Tell me. CDK Pobega, you said so. CDK Pobega. Now CDK Pobega. So I got. Yeah, so again, you still have the same issue that you don't have those quality passes from Benessere. So you lose a lot. You lose some quality, but you have a lot of quantity. Um, the question mark still remains CDK. Messias does give you the work rate. He does come and help down. So that means when Messias plays, Kamunu can go up a little bit further. When Rebic or Diaz plays in that area, then Kalulu has to stay back. But because Messias will he will come and help. And I mean, Messias, we've conceded goals while Messias was defending in the box, because of his mistakes in the beginning of the season, I remember. So, yeah, Messias does all the work. He definitely does all the work. He goes up and down. You don't get that from Diaz or Rebic. The only thing I would change here I would just start Krunic instead of CDK. Ah man, that's a lot of. mm, Maybe not. This is a little bit too much. I mean, CDK does give you through balls every once in a while. Let's see if he can flourish during or after the World Cup. You'll get ample time before we judge him strictly. Inter play Juve. Oh, okay. I think Napoli play Lazio or Atalanta. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I knew that already. What the heck is the? I mean, not exactly who we're playing, but I knew that we were going to be playing against tough teams. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see what happens. Obviously, Origi should probably start, and if Origi does start and he scores, I'm gonna have to hear fucking Paul and Floki. Origi 20, Origi 20, Origi 20. That's the curse of this season. Origi 20. I gotta hear that all year round. But I think he definitely should play. And I think that what I want from Origi is not necessarily his goals or his assists, is his teamwork, because his teamwork looks good. I like the way he sacrifices himself for the team, and if he can get on the score sheet, even better. Right now, the Milan is not playing its best brand of football. Okay, that's a fact. Sorry, that pisses some people off, but it is a fact. But we are winning games, so as long as we win this game coming up, then we can prepare for the Champions League final. Um, Origi, Leao, Diaz, Rebic should be our offense. What's up, Nathan? Let's look at that. Let's look at what that would look like. Origi, Leao, Diaz, Rebic. It's very offensive. It's very, very offensive. Not very balanced. It's very offensive. Um, Pobega Tonali. If I mean, I guess if you play Pobega and Tonali, you balance it out a little bit more. I mean, in theory, if you start like this, you would get a lot of chances. I think the only issue here is that Rebic and Leao, and we saw this against what you call it. Saw it against the team we played in the weekend. This space right here is completely open when those two play there. So those guys, every time they won the ball or they had the ball, they had all of the space to come forward, because you don't see Rebic come all the way down here to help on the line of the ball or behind the line of the ball. So these two players usually tend to not go further down too much. At least we didn't see that. And that is the only problem that I have with this. It looks good, it feels good because it's very offensive, but my issue is that they need to have balance. Teams need to have balance. I would take out CDK and put Krunic in that case. And this way, I know that we can have more cover the field better, and give Rebic and Leao and Origi a lot of chances to score. That's the only thing I would do. Napoli could surely win the CL this season if they continue with this momentum. What's good? How you doing? Well, look, Napoli can definitely win it. Yes, they can definitely win it because offensively they have the best fucking roster I've seen in 20 years as far as depth goes offensively. But PSG has a fucking shitload of quality, guys. I was watching that team, and PSG is stacked with quality players. The issue with PSG is: are they going to sacrifice for each other? Are they going to fight for each other? Bayern is a good team. Man City is a good team. Real Madrid is a good team. So it's difficult. Napoli can do it. They definitely can do it. Something that I would have never said. I don't think I've ever said this ever in my life. Yeah, Napoli can actually win the Champions League. Like I've never. I don't think this is. I think this is literally the first time this year I've ever said that ever in my whole life. So that's already a big props to them. It's already a win for them based on who they are as a club. Rebic does the hard work and has abilities as something. I don't think so. I really don't think so. Because last night, I mean, unless he works on it, but last night, these spaces right here were completely open on both sides. On Rebic's side and Leo's side. Like, these guys had all the time and space in the world to come forward. And also, what another thing that I noticed about the team that I didn't like so much last night is when the opponents had the ball in this area, like, there was no press, there was no urgency, there was no aggressiveness. They just kind of let him play. I mean, in hindsight, it's all we won 4-0, so whatever. We won 4-0. So in the end, but with these guys, CDK, Giroud, like this, it was very, very. It was too relaxed. They were a little bit too relaxed. These guys should be hustling and bustling the whole time. And Rebic left a lot of space there. I mean, against Torino, no disrespect to Torino, if I see this formation, I'm expecting to win. You know, if I see this formation here, I'm expecting to win. I think with this formation, you risk counterattacks and you. Uh, no, I'm saying with this formation against Torino, I'm still expecting to win. It is a kind of formation you put on there, but it gets balanced out a little bit more with Pobega and Tonali. If you have Benacer and Tonali, even though Benacer gets a lot of recoveries, but anyway, it's a kind of formation that you put it on the field, and it's a kind of formation that okay, it's I'm going to score more goals than you today. That's the kind of formation you're putting on this formation, but you're sacrificing parts of the field. But against Torino, you're still supposed to win. Um, I don't know if he's going to play Diaz. I think there's a good argument to say that because Diaz is injured, comes from an injury. Let's not do what we did with Calabria, right? Calabria got injured, then we said, okay, he's good to go. We put him in, and guess what? We lose him for fucking half a season. So it could either be CDK or Krunic. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. But Yeah. I think the first formation I put was this one here. I would do any of these formations, but I would just have Krunic there. I think I would have Krunic there. I think Pioli's trying hard not to play player with injury history such as Ben Care, so I see him not playing them plus Ravage. Diane ranks to play Ali 2 for this weekend. I would like to see Ali in that double pivot. I would like to see Ali in that double pivot. I would like to see Ali. I would love to be able to see a Milan that can play Ali and Pobega and whatever Krunic here, whoever here, but a team that we can put these two double pivots and still kick ass. You know, I'd like to see that. I'm not worried about training this year. We have assistants give them off easily. They don't have the lot anymore. They did beat. Udinese. I mean, I'm not. I agree. I'm not going to underestimate them, but I agree. All right, guys. I think for today that is enough. What's up, Christian? How you doing? Roy, do you think that Vranks is similar to Benacer? No, absolutely not. Vranks is more similar to Tonali than Benacer. Yeah. All right. All right, guys. That is good for today. We covered everything that we needed to cover. Champions League craziness. Looking forward to these next two games. Looking forward to these next two games. I gotta say that so far, AC Milan has been having a great season so far. Knock on wood. Let's keep it that way. We have been able to fight against, you know, the tides that are going against us and the currents that are going against us. We got a final coming up, and we got 4 games in the Serie A that are a great opportunity for us to stack up points and then start the next part of the season after the year at a really good spot. If Napoli keeps on winning these games here, guys, then Napoli's the real deal. If Napoli now has really tough games, even the Liverpool game, if they win all of these games coming up, then these motherfuckers are the real deal, and there's nothing else to it. But we have on paper we should be winning all the games coming up. All right, guys. Having said that, peace out. Hopefully, you have a great day wherever you are. Forza Milan, Forza Milan. Till the next one. Ciao.